taking some major rewiring of my brain for me to come to terms with this. But every single time I make a decision from my divine, my divinity, my highest self, my God self, everything continues to work out for me. I'm literally like, I keep saying like I'm the luckiest person alive.
My word is bond, we don't spit no lies. A daughter of the sunshine, but every blue moon I come.
Hey y'all, it is, what day is this? Thursday, April 20th. Happy solar eclipse in Aries to all you astrology nerds. So I think this is the first time I'm talking in this LA vlog, but I'm in LA. It's such a long story. I'll explain at some point, but right now getting ready to go get some food, and then I think I'm gonna go on a hike. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go on a hike. Got my hiking gear on, so let's go get some food and then see where this day takes us. Alright, so I got it's like an avocado and egg sandwich. And my friend said sometimes that they don't cook they do like runny eggs, and so I asked for them to cook them harder. And some tater tots and sriracha. Like, it's so much food, what the heck? Let's eat this. It's very good. I know I probably have stuff on my face, but it's so good. Like this bread, oh, it's like a brioche bread. Top tier.
But it's something about a champagne toast. Still can't swim, but I sure could float. I rip the water bare side.
Hey y'all, hopefully you can hear me. I'm getting ready to, it's Friday. I'm getting ready to go and find something to eat, and then we'll have a chat. I'll let you know kind of what's going on with me. I've just been doing like little clips here and there, just like nothing, mostly random stuff. And so let's get going to breakfast. Okay, so I went to Breakfast Republic here in Hollywood. It was so good. I had the Samoa French toast and the Brussels sprouts with potatoes and a couple guava mimosas. Delicious. So I definitely recommend that place. But I wanted to come and talk to you all a little bit about kind of some musings that I've been thinking about. For example, being your own spiritual leader. I have, of course, experienced, to those of you who don't know, I grew up a Christian and then left Christianity, went back, accidentally joined a cult as a result, just because of that programming as a Christian that was left over for me. And I even wrote a book about it. It's called Run, How I Escaped a Christian Hoodoo Cult, and you can purchase it on Amazon. I've linked it down below. Shameless plug. But I wanted to talk about becoming your own spiritual leader. I've been sort of like wrestling and grappling with the fact that I really need to tune in and tap into my own divinity, and not putting others on a pedestal, not letting others be a guru for me, being my own guru and not being a guru for others. Of course, I can give advice in certain aspects of my life, but the thing is that when we put spiritual leaders on a pedestal, it is so detrimental to our awakening is so detrimental to our own divinity. And Ashira, Star Goddess, I really love that she talks about this constantly. She had a video recently, actually a couple days ago, that was titled, "Why Are People Afraid of Their, are afraid of being divine, are afraid of their divinity?" And for me, because I'm not accustomed to being my own spiritual leader, because I'm not accustomed to being divine and being able to create my own life, I was always taught that everything outside of me created my life. Everything outside of me was in control of my life. I'm having a hard time with that, because the thing is that it's the truth. It's the truth, and it is taking some major rewiring of my brain for me to come to terms with this. But every single time I make a decision from my divine, my divinity, my highest self, my God self, everything continues to work out for me. I'm literally like, I keep saying like I'm the luckiest person alive. Like, but when I forget, when I sort of allow myself to be pushed to a place of fear and being afraid, just like being on sabbatical. Oh, I'm afraid of, like, you know what I mean, not making enough money and not being successful. The thing is that I don't have to be afraid of those things, because I already know that I will be successful. I'm only afraid of those things if I don't know that I'm going to be successful, right? So it's divinity, your own divinity, versus anything outside of you telling you what is going to be, right? And it's like, instead of asking the question, oh, am I going to be able to do this? No. Do you want this? And since you want it, declare it, and then that's it. There's no back and forth. There's no pacing about it. There's no being afraid of it. And so I constantly have to keep myself in check. Like, it is incredibly incredibly crucial to be on guard of your own mind. Like, I literally have to make sure that I don't slip into this point of fear and insanity, which tells me that I can't do something. It's just not true. I literally can do anything. Like, and so I'm shifting my identity. And so what is happening is things that are happening are a result of how I have viewed my divinity and my identity in that moment. And I'll give you an example. So I was like looking for a place to stay, right? And I didn't want to use a lot of my cash reserves, since I'm still on sabbatical. I'm still working on writing and everything like that. We're still teeter-tottering. I think this is another point of contention for me. Like, oh yeah, you going back to nursing or whatever, right? And so we're still dealing with that. But so I didn't want to use like everything that, and being careful with that, with like my own financial reserves, right? But the thing is that I kept like looking at these like lower income kind of places, and what ends up happening every single time I decide to make a decision and stay at a lower, kind of the standard is lower, something always ends up happening. Because anytime that you move out of fear, like, oh yeah, fear of not having enough, the results are terrible, right? And so I had to change what I had to change that rhetoric, right? And so that's one point that I have been working on for sure, is like my dwelling, like where I stay. And I definitely want to be safe, but I also want to make sure that I have enough creative space that I'm in a creative space that makes me feel like creating, because that's literally what I am. I'm a creative, I'm an artist, right? I'm a writer, I'm a singer. And so yeah, I think that it's time for us to start shifting and being our own spiritual leader. And my spiritual leader inside of me is saying, no, you actually deserve a lot more than that. And so it's time to get it. Like, the game is over. It's time to shift from the point of lack to the point of abundance. And if you look at my 3D, you would be like, girl, are you crazy? Like, and the 3D is right, like, oh yeah, you're not making an income from nursing right now, so you should be scared. But that's not the thing, right? Where the 5D is like, I'm quantum leaping to more, to that era of me, that identity of me that knows she deserves more and is literally getting it and is literally living in it. The part of me that is writing down exactly what I need in a living space and getting it and deciding that I get to have it, right? So yeah, that's part of me being my own spiritual leader. And I hope that you can do the same thing. Is like putting yourself in check, but being kind to yourself. That's another point of contingency for me, of contention for me rather, is like always punishing myself. Like, because I was taught to punish myself. In Christianity, the man God tells you, and I talked about this in my book, the man God tells you that you need to punish yourself constantly. And so that's what I'm used to doing. And so I have to constantly be careful that I'm not ridiculing myself, right? And that I'm practicing deep self-love and intimacy. And so that is that the rewiring of that, I'm telling you, it is a challenge, but I'm seeing the results of it. Like, things have just been happening for me. When I am kind to myself, when I allow myself to have exactly what I said that I was going to get, or that I wanted. And so it's really important. I'm looking up to myself at this point, and I really want us all to do the same. And we could just take advice here and there, like you're sitting here looking at this video, but decide that you get to have whatever you want in life, and then go get it. Like, no matter what the outside looks like, right? To people, I seem, if you're looking on the outside in, I seem like really unstable right now. I'm like literally moving around. I'm, because I'm creating my dream life, because I know within me, like, what it looks like. And then I've had some spiritual leaders like confirm that, right? But that's all that you need, right? After that, you need to go and do your own due diligence. You need to go and create your life. Like, once a leader tells you, hey, I seen this. I seen that you're capable of this. Well, that doesn't mean that you go and follow and do every single thing that they do, right? You take the things that resonate with you. Just like for me, if you're listening to me right now, take the things that resonate with you and then leave everything else behind. Like, you know what I mean? If you hear me say something that doesn't resonate with you, away. Away with me, right? And so, yeah, you have this point where you can see the vision, right? You see it yourself, and maybe some people will confirm it for you. If they don't confirm it, the mere fact that you had the inspiration, the visualization, the vision, the desire, because the desire is going to tell you exactly. I talk about this all the time. Your soul's desire, it does not lie. Your soul doesn't lie. So if you have a desire for something, that means that you are meant to get it. You are meant to have it on a deep intracellular level, right? As long as it's not harming anyone, including you, right? As long as it's bringing love to you, joy to you, and serving others. Because the thing is that our purposes, and our desires, in some way or another, they end up serving other people if they're pure, right? So like for me, I want to be this author. Like I'm an author. I'm a creative, and I'm a healer, and I want other people to be liberated, right? I want them to feel what it's like to be divine, and I'm learning too, right? So, and of course that's bringing money into me, that's bringing wealth, that's bringing me abundance. I have plenty. I don't have any lack of anything. I always have enough, right? And so that's just a side effect of everything, but it's always you end up serving someone else. So yes, we should work on being our own spiritual leaders, and when we have spiritual advisors, fine, take with some things that they tell you, and it should just be a confirmation. It shouldn't be completely off from what you have already felt in your soul, your spirit, everything else. So don't go up to someone and say, oh, well, should I do this? No, it's not a should. It's when, or it's I want to do this. Like, can you maybe give me guidance on this? And then you can be like, oh, that makes sense. Maybe I'll do that. Feel into it yourself first, right? For me, I was always doing what everyone else said every single time, and that did not work for me. When I felt into it and I did the things that resonated with me, it was on the spot, right? So thank you so much for listening to me. I hope that this was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions, if you want to know how I'm creating my life, restarting my life, shifting my life, becoming my own spiritual leader. Even though on the 3D it looks kind of crazy, it's actually pretty magical. And yes, it can be challenging sometimes. That's not a lie. Like rewiring my brain, it's like it's a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie to you, but it's worth it. Please like, comment, subscribe. I've put my website down below. You can also schedule a consultation with me if you are looking to shift your identity. You want to see how I'm doing it in my life. And also you can buy me a coffee. You can purchase my book, which is available on Amazon. You can support me in so many different ways. And I love you deep. And I hope that this was helpful to you. Thank you so much. Bye.